Okay guys, welcome back. Hope everybody's keeping well. So I'm going to tell you a wee red Arsed Spant mayfly pattern. Now the hook and the base, this is a Kamasan B170. And a B170 is basically just a light wire or a light gauge hook. These are excellent for mayflies, for dries. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is the uni thread 801 Black. Now, just going to come in a couple of mil behind the other hook, and we'll get our thread started. Just run on a couple of mil of thread, and then basically just park your thread back up to where you really started. Now the wings, they give the impression of the Spant. Just looking to, this has been dyed like a light blue. Don't know if the camera's picking it up against my shirt, but you can see the barring, just a nice light blue for the Spant wing. Now just measure this up, and you want it anywhere between the length of the hook to a length and a half. So the second black mark there is where I'm going to tie it in. Now just clear a space to tie it in. Just offer it up to the hook then. Just come around with a pinching loop and a couple of tight turns just to secure it in. Just make sure that it's up, that's on top of the shank of the hook. Then I'm going to tighten up with another few turns heading down the shank of the hook, and then just come in and lift the waist ends. Now don't worry about any wee fibres sticking out. At this point, then bring your thread back up. Then what we want to do is to split these wings. So we're just going to come around with figure of 8 turns until they're nice and split and even. Now, any wee fibres, just bring those back. All come together in the end. Now, you just want to make sure that the two wings they're laying basically horizontal to the shank of the hook, and then just work your thread back just until you get to past the point of the hook really. Then the tail, we're going to tie in some dyed black cock pheasant fibres. I want to tie these in roughly a length and a half, the 2 lengths the hook over the back. So just catch those in, bring them, make sure they're coming up on top for you, the cut ends. Now what I want to do at this stage is to split these. So just come in, sometimes I just want them already together. So just take a turn on my side, and then we'll try and get this one split. Doesn't want to split that wee one. Now you don't have to split the tails, you can just tie the tails in flat and it'll work basically the same way. So take another couple of turns there just to secure that in, and then come through and then tie it in. Now to protect the tail, because this is the first thing once the trout start to take the fly, this is the first thing that'll go. So what I do is just take a wee drop of varnish, just put a wee dab on between my index finger and my thumb, rub it together, and then just take it down the tip ends of the fibres. It just helps it to last a wee bit longer. You don't have to do that. Now, Let's trim that away. Then at the back, we want to create a red arse. So I'm using a glow braid floss here, number 3. For that, just trim away the tips just to get it leveled up. Don't be shy with the length of a red arse on the spant mayfly. Just make sure that that's well tied in, and then just come around with your floss. Now I take 2 passes, meaning I go back down and then I come back up just to get the colour in it at the back that I want. It's just a wee trigger point for the Trig. Then we'll come in and trim that the length of the body and just work my thread forward. Just making sure everything's nice and securely tied in, nice and tight, as tight as I can. Then the way back down for the rib, I'm going to use a piece of Black Flexi floss, or uni stretch, whatever you like to call it. So it's popped out. Let's take those few turns back again. Staffer it up. Right. Just put it in the length. Then stretch it. And work the thread back. Nice and tight. Then the body itself, just going to use a grey dubbing. Now you can use white, but the greys, it just gives it a bit of a contrast in colour. I'll offer that up. And this is the grey dubbing that I'm using from the traditional Irish dubbing range. And then just, you can tighten up as you go and just work your dubbing forward. Nice and tight. Then come up with your rib, just stretching this as tight as it dare go without breaking it. At that point there, follow this around with your thread. A couple of tight turns in, stretch, and trim away. Now the first hackle we're going to put on, this is a Matt's saddle. I'll just show you the cape once I tie the hackle in. So this is the first hackle to go on. So 2 or 3 turns catches that in. So this is the cape here. It's a lovely cape. Then I'm going to look at a nice black Chinese cock hackle. Just offer that up. Now what I like to do is, I'll just show you, hopefully you can see here, I like to leave the stems over the front of the eye of the hook. Then I'll come in, just bring the wings back and tie in the stem. Just want to try and make the fly robust as I possibly can, really. That's what I'm trying to do there. Any wee fibres coming across the eye, take those away. Then I'll get my hackle pliers so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to look 3 to 4 turns behind the wings of the black cock hackle. And then if I can get 3 turns in front, that'll be great. Right. With the spant, obviously you want this laying flat on the water. So what you would do is, like I said to you before when I've tied a few dry flies for the channel, you're better with more hackle on than that, because you can always take away, you can't add on. So 3 or 4 turns in with our Grizzle hackle. Then I'll just come in, bring the wings back, turn in tight against the wings, and then 2 or 3 turns at the front. Now, at this point, just come in and sweep everything back that wants to go forward of the eye. Just forget everything else at this point. One wee fibre there, just want to play ball, so just trim him away. And then just come in and throw in a whip finish. Just make sure all the hackle fibres are back out of the way. Your thread tight, and come in and trim away your tying thread. Then you can come in, you can break off the hackle and bring all the hackle fibres forward and fix your wings. So there you go, guys. That's a wee simple. Now, like I say, fish become fussy. Just come straight in. If you carry a pair of scissors in your boat box or bag or whatever you decide to use, just come in and just trim that right in underneath, and that will lie closer to the surface, or in the film for you, sorry, I should say. Now, just to finish off, just a wee drop of varnish, we double fried, and just get it right in there. Don't worry if it goes onto the hackle. A wee touch. You want, like I say, you want the thing to last more than 1 or 2 fish. And then just clean out the eye. And then you can bring everything forward. So there you go, guys. That's just a wee red Arsed Spant mayfly pattern. So hopefully you can tie a few of those up. As always, many thanks for taking the time to view the video. It's greatly appreciated. If this is the first time watching one of my videos, please consider subscribing. It basically just helps the wee channel grow. And until the next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and all being well, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.